Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm gonna be telling you guys the best sensitivity settings to use to get headshots after the Ob40 update for both low-end devices and high-end devices. So first of all, let's start with the free look sensitivity. Now the free look sensitivity is the sensitivity of the free look button. Changing the free look sensitivity is not that important. If you guys want to keep the free look sensitivity at 0, you guys can just keep it at 0, or if you guys want to keep it at 100, you guys can keep it at 100. And the free look sensitivity is also not related to one-tap headshots or drag headshots, so you guys can keep the free look sensitivity at any amount you want. But personally, I just like to keep the free look sensitivity at 100. So if you guys want to keep it at 100, you guys can go with that as well. Now moving on to a very important setting. This setting is the sniper scope sensitivity. What this setting does is that it controls the sensitivity of the sniper scope. Now when we increase the sniper scope sensitivity, we'll be able to quickly move the sniper scope. But the problem is, if you increase the sniper scope sensitivity too much, it can be a lot harder for you guys to accurately move the sniper scope onto the enemy's head. What I mean is, the sniper scope might feel like it's a bit slippery, so you guys might miss a lot of shots. And the other problem is, if you guys keep the sniper scope sensitivity at a very low amount, it can be a lot harder for you guys to move the sniper scope. So if you take a lot of time to move the sniper scope onto the enemy's head, the enemy might easily knock you down or eliminate you. So it's better to keep the sniper scope sensitivity in the middle. Now if you guys have a 4GB RAM device or a device that is below 4GB RAM, I recommend that you put the sniper scope sensitivity to 50. But if you guys have a device that is above 4GB RAM, I recommend that you put the sniper scope sensitivity up to 40. Now let's talk about the 4x scope sensitivity. Now if you guys are new to the game and if you guys don't know what the 4x scope is, this is what the 4x scope looks like. And when we increase the 4x scope sensitivity, it becomes a lot easier to move the 4x scope. We can quickly move the 4x scope. But unlike the sniper scope, we can do in-scope drag headshots with the 4x scope, with the 2x scope, and also with the red dot scope. But with the sniper scope, we can't do in-scope drag headshots. We'll have to manually move the scope. So since we have to manually move the sniper scope, it's better to keep the sniper scope sensitivity between 40 and 50, just like I said earlier. But with the 4x scope, if you keep the sensitivity at a low amount, for example, if you keep it at 40 and 50 just like the sniper scope, a lot of the time when you try to do in-scope drag headshots, your shots will probably get stuck in the enemy's body. So it's better to increase the sensitivity of the 4x scope. Now if you guys have a low-end device or a high-end device, it doesn't matter. I recommend that you guys increase the 4x scope sensitivity all the way up to 100. Now let's talk about the 2x scope sensitivity. Now if you guys didn't know, this is what the 2x scope looks like. And just like the 4x scope, I recommend that you guys increase the 2x scope sensitivity all the way up to 100. It doesn't matter if you guys have a low-end device or a high-end device. I recommend that you guys increase the 2x scope sensitivity all the way up to 100. Now let's talk about the red dot sensitivity. Now when it comes to the red dot sensitivity, there's a lot of confusion in the Free Fire community about the red dot sensitivity, because some people think that it's the sensitivity of the red dot scope and some people think that it's the sensitivity of the red dot that's in the crosshair. But what I personally think and what I personally believe is that it's the sensitivity of the red dot scope. This is what the red dot scope looks like. And two of the main reasons that I say that it's the sensitivity of the red dot scope is, first, because when we reduce the red dot scope sensitivity all the way up to 0, and if we try to do either one-tap headshots or drag headshots, we still can do it. And the other reason is, if we reduce the red dot sensitivity all the way up to 0 and if we try to move the red dot scope, it becomes a lot harder to move the red dot scope. But if we increase the red dot sensitivity all the way up to 100, it becomes a lot easier to move the red dot scope. So because of those two reasons, I believe that is the sensitivity of the red dot scope. So now the red dot sensitivity I recommend for both low-end devices and high-end devices is to increase the red dot sensitivity all the way up to 100. So guys, now let's talk about the most important sensitivity setting in Free Fire, which is the general sensitivity. Now this setting is also called as the sliding sensitivity as well, and with this sensitivity setting we can control the sliding speed of the screen. For example, when we increase the general sensitivity, it can help us do fast glue walls, it can help us to quickly move the screen, and most importantly, it can help us to do one-tap headshots and drag headshots. Now if you guys have a device that is above 4GB RAM, I recommend that you put the general sensitivity up to 90. The reason that I say this is because in high-end devices, the sensitivity is already high, the overall sensitivity is already high. So if you just increase the general sensitivity too much, the shots might go over the enemy's head. So I recommend that you increase the general sensitivity up to 90 if you guys have a device that is above 4GB RAM. But if you feel like the sensitivity is not enough for you, you guys can increase it like 5x5. For example, if you feel like 90 is not enough for you, you guys can put it to 95. And if you feel like 95 is not enough for you, you can increase it all the way up to 100. But personally, I think it's better to keep the sensitivity at 90 if you guys have a device that is above 4GB RAM. But if you guys have a device that is 4GB RAM or below 4GB RAM, I recommend that you increase the general sensitivity all the way up to 100. Now, if you guys want to know some of the best settings that pro players use when playing Clash Squad matches, make sure to check out this video. And that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you guys later on with another video very soon. And until then, take it easy, fam. Peace.